も顔がかゆいと思った。
つうか脱皮すんのかよお前。
Welcome back, everybody, to the podcast. Today is the day before ALA when this drops. And at the end of ALA, you know what's happening, right? Anime-wise? Dorohedoro is dropping in Japan. So I figure we gotta do another episode about this before it comes out. And it's also coming out on Netflix, yeah. Probably when it's over. I don't know. I'll have to look into it, but yeah, that's cool. That's cool, man. We just finished watching the second trailer for the anime and figured, you know, we should talk about the manga as well because we haven't really talked much about it. I did one review like years ago, and the manga did end last year. Or no, 2 years ago now, December 2018. Mm-hmm. And
did you want to like briefly go over like the trailers for a little bit?
Well, first, like, so Miguel introduced us to this manga
back in like 2015, right?
I read it in 2016.
I remember like 2014, 2015. Those were my manga reading years. Like I read Hunter x Hunter, I read JoJo, I read Dorohedoro, I read Berserk.
Yeah, I read. Yeah, that was like my big manga year as well. Yeah. So what did you guys think of the series now that it's officially over?
That was amazing.
It honestly has to be like above like my top 5, at least top 10 favorites.
Same, nice. To the point where even I'm 4 years later, my Shin mask is done, and it's at home right now as we speak.
Dude, it was a sign like they were literally waiting for
the
anime to get announced. Yeah.
Oh man, so good. I love like the art in the manga. It's got that like sketchy yet creepy look to it.
It's got that nice grit to it.
Yeah, it's got really good grit. It kind of reminds me of like Mad Max in a sense.
Yeah, so I listened back to my old review of it, and one of the things I did say, I'm like, yeah, this is like Mad Max meets like desert punk.
Yeah.
You know? And there's magic.
Mm-hmm.
I think the coolest aspect about Dorohedoro that got me into it was like the masks that all the different like magic users have.
Yeah, I like how Noi is like, she looks like a gimp.
A gimp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think Shin's looks the coolest. It's just a human heart, and it's two faces too. Like when he goes ape mode, he just like switches it around. 2020 guys, we're going ape mode.
Dude. And then you just have like some people who just have like a turkey for like a mask. Turkey mask.
Yeah, isn't that the dude that recreates limbs and whatnot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
I
him.
think there's turkey mask. There's a toothpaste guy. That's the guy who gets like, he recreates people who've died, or I know.
Oh, I think I know. They brought him back to life like when N was running out of the mushroom field.
Well, remember there was that like weird animal that N kept.
Oh, what do you mean, the dog one, or
that weird dog looking thing that brings people back to life.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
with the nubs for the legs.
The skeleton girl.
Ebisu.
Yeah, she carried around
she
carried around the dog thing. Yeah, even the dog had a mask.
Even the dog had. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
those masks are great.
That's cool, man.
She's got a cool skull mask. I feel like the dude with the Tengu mask. Well, I forget his name.
Oh, Fujita.
Yeah,
Fujita. Yeah, the Usopp of the.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a kind of whatever character, but he's there for the development of the story.
I mean, he's there since chapter 1, I think.
Yeah.
How about the dude making the pies who like straight up looks like Wolverine?
Dude, Jerry's not here sadly, but I remember he was reading it, and where he was reading it, you would get live comments on the pages, and it was like one of the cart owners. It was like this little side story that was going on in the world, and it was just like, what if Wolverine was a food cart owner?
That's great.
But yeah, no, I love this manga. So many different character designs. So much stuff going on in this world.
It's very unique, and it's been going on since like the 90s.
99 is when it came out.
Yeah.
Almost the same time as like One Piece. Yeah, it's been running, so it's crazy.
So it finished 20 years later.
Yeah.
So 23 volumes in total. And the funny thing about Q, who's the artist, and I remember I listened back to my review and I was like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the manga's ending.
Q Hayashita's her name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I can feel it ending, and I remember her in interviews just saying like, I just kept writing. Like I wanted it to end, but it just kept going, and yeah.
Well, we got a lot of lore, so...
Well, man, that final stretch is just... Oh man,
I think this is another thing that's really great about Dorohedoro. They go from like super dark, serious stuff to like they can throw in like a slice, like a bit of comedy into there too,
and it feels totally appropriate.
The Gyoza Fairy.
The Gyoza Fairy. Like you're in the final.
Dude, who's gonna cosplay the Gyoza Fairy?
Dude, wait. As soon as I get to that point of the anime, someone's gonna do it.
Dude, I remember my first time in Japan. Like I was with my friend in Kobe, and we were at this mall because we went to like an anime, and we went there. We got some like Gintama keychains. And I look and I see in the corner of my eye, like, got gachapon machines. And I was just like, is that the Gyoza Fairy from Dorohedoro? And I got some. I got one to Miguel. And it's on his car. Like, it looks like he's picking up the mirror.
Yeah.
And I got one for myself where you can put him on a glass and he's looking over. It's like Shingeki no Gyoza.
Dude, I was looking up like some of the older merch they had when the manga was still being published, and stuff goes back to like 2008. Dude, that was when we were still in high school. That's like way long ago.
I was like a freshman.
Yeah, I think I was sophomore at the time.
They had those Shin figures, I think, where he's holding a human spine.
I bought one of those.
You bought it?
Yeah,
I
bought
the spine. How big is it?
It's about like this big.
That's huge.
Yeah, but I still keep it in the box because I want to keep it in perfect condition until I get a shelf. Because I've already seen like people take it out and put it on their shelves. It looks good. You can have them with the mask and with the mask off.
Oh wow,
yeah.
That's cool.
And even the clothing on itself, it's actual fabric. It's not like plastic or anything.
How much was that?
It's a big bunny.
It was
big money.
It was at least like $230.
Yep,
$230 something like that.
Worth it.
Worth it.
It's like on the same level as like Berserk figures.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In pricing. Yeah.
They even like way back. They had a Kaiman figure too. I tried.
Yeah, the Kaiman figure looks amazing.
It looks so good, dude.
See, like when it comes to like figures like that, I would honestly drop like $500 for like that Metal Gear Rex, where it's like every single piece is detachable.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's how you know they put quality into that.
Oh yeah.
And they also had the CD. If you want to buy any of the old stuff now, you're dropping at least $1 good grand.
God damn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
that's rare.
It is rare.
The thing about this series is it's not really popular.
No.
Yeah.
It's very like cult following.
It was like underground.
Like, dude, very surprised last year at ALA, we found that booth that had this little plastic stand of Dorohedoro.
Yeah, you got it. I remember.
Yeah, I got it in my room. Yeah.
I remember. I think I lost it. Someone made a Shin and Noi keychains.
Oh.
No, they were phone charms.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I think I gave one to Miguel. I don't remember, but I got like the last one of Shin, and then I lost it. I'm like, oh well.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm looking forward to for the anime is for the series to get popular.
Yeah,
it's absolutely popular. By AX this year, we're going to be seeing a lot more merch for sure.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're going to see any for ALA.
I'm honest.
Since it's that weekend.
I think it's possible. That'll be for the manga readers for sure.
I'm actually thinking of like I'm this close to switching my Boomer Han Solo cosplay. Oh, sorry, with the with my Shin mask.
Should do it on the last day.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, because Ben's Boomer Solo is going to be day 4.
Dude, imagine that someone's going to see the anime for the first time and be like, "What the dude? You made this quickly?"
Yeah. Yes.
Of course. Get woke, fam. Yeah. But yeah, this is such a very interesting series. So many likable characters.
It's very original.
Yeah.
Even like the neutral party, right, which are the devils, that's its own thing with this series. You could do a spinoff about the devils.
They're just like watching from the sky. They're like, look at him, and laugh.
For real, yeah.
It's like the equivalent of like humans looking to ants. Mm-hmm. It's that kind of like a gap.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is an old callback, but have you guys ever seen Rat Race?
Yeah.
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're basically like those rich people just making random bets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like those are the devils. They just do what they want.
It's like that scene from The Simpsons where like all the rich people are watching those two monkeys fight.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And it's like Kaiman against Shin. They're just like trying to
magic users versus.
I think what was the factions? So it's Cross Eyes. The guys who
Cross Eyes were these bandits that
killed magic users.
They know.
Yeah,
they know the secret
magic
to kill magic users because like you what was it? You sever their black producing arteries, the smoke producing.
It was like a magic gland or something.
Yeah, it's in their arms.
Yeah.
There's also the devil tumor in your head.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, then you just can't produce magic.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a roller coaster of just storytelling. There's just so many different things going on.
Do you want to go over the how the magic system works in the manga?
Or do you want to go over this, like, what the main story is about?
Yeah.
I mean, but what even is the main story about?
Well, it's pretty much been just about Kaiman trying to figure out who he really is, because he kind of woke up one day as a guy with a lizard head.
Yeah, he's a Sobi.
Yeah, he's a Sobi guy.
Dude, he's like a swole Sobi.
He is.
You know, it's crazy if you think back to Kaiman, just like, I just want my normal body back, and then you get to the end of the manga and you're just like,
I got used to it.
Man, no, you were deeply connected to so much.
Is this a JoJolian reference?
Honestly?
Huh.
Yeah.
I
like the
still closed.
It has a lot of different themes here. Some of the horror stuff's great.
Oh,
it
yeah.
is, for sure. The art really complements
Curse, dude.
Cursed, yeah.
Yeah, when you see him pop out with like the Hydra heads and like he becomes like a skeleton.
Dude, remember when Kaiman got his head chopped off and it grew back?
Oh yeah, and the other head was in like formaldehyde.
Yeah, it was in a jar of formaldehyde. And the doctor was left the camera there to document what would happen to the head, and then it sprouted out like 8 or 9 other heads.
Yeah,
and then I think one died, and then it came back into one. I was like, dude, Jesus Christ.
There was another one where they go into this meat locker and you just see all these bodies like hung up.
Mm-hmm.
The scenery sometimes is great.
Yeah. And don't forget whenever Q would color the chapters, very muted colors, which I thought
those are nice.
Totally complemented the art. Like, it was fantastic.
There's one cover that Q did. It was I think Noi in like a nurse outfit with like the syringe out. That one was nice.
Damn,
I want her to crush my head with her
her like with 10-ton
with her
like,
gyoza thighs.
Yes, dude.
Are we talking about? Who are we not talking
Noi.
about? Noi, okay.
Yeah, Noi.
Oh yeah, Noi. Yeah.
I think she's
probably
like
Nikaido.
Nikaido.
Her
I'd be
too.
okay with both. I would be okay with both.
Yeah.
Dude, when when Nikaido's doing her demon training or her devil training, like, man, crazy shit.
I just love how like the quirk with the things with Dorohedoro's gyoza.
Dude, it started off as just side chapters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it started off with Kaiman liking gyozas.
Yeah.
Nikaido makes gyozas, and then side chapters of the gyoza fairy, and then we get to Kaiman finally getting magic. And what is it? It's the gyoza fairy.
He's like
he got gyoza wings.
I think they're fucking OP, right?
Right? Did he have a gyoza sword?
No, it was a staff.
It was a gyoza
staff, and it would grant wishes. And he had gyoza wings.
That's great.
I think how did it go? It was like all the devils were like, "All right, we're going to give you all of our power," and you had to think about.
No, it wasn't the devils. It was there was a bunch of magic users whose heads got cut off.
Yeah,
that got brought back to life. Part of En's family, and then Noi used her magic to help them regenerate.
Yeah,
but it's taking forever because it's going from the head to the body, and they were still too weak to fight Holkun, and so they transferred. They gave Kaiman a devil tumor and then infused all of their magic into him, and they didn't know what was going to happen. And then it's like, oh yes, I'm the gyoza fairy. Like, what the fuck?
He's canon now.
Yeah.
You know who you should cosplay as? En's henchmen, just the hooded guys that always die.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be down to do that.
Dude, En has to be one of my favorite characters.
Dude. The CEO of racism.
If you went up to somebody and said, like, who do you think is the most strongest character in this manga?
Oh, it's fucking En without a doubt.
Yeah, but like if you tell him like, okay, what's their magic power? Mushroom.
He breathes mushrooms.
And that's what I love about this series. It doesn't hold back in how weird it can get with powers. Yeah, like mushrooms. Who would have thought that would have been an OP power? But like, it does some crazy stuff. Like the last chapter I read in the review, I skimmed through it right now, and it's the part where En went to go rescue everybody from his family.
Remember when he turned into a mushroom?
Yeah, that's the chapter.
The mushroom outfit.
Yeah,
that's the chapter. Yeah,
dude, cosplay.
Like, next cosplay, dude. And how he got there was mushrooms growing there already. And he transferred his mind to the mushroom to create the body. So when you see his normal body, all these mushrooms are growing out of his face, sort of like connecting like Bluetooth. I was like, this is fucking wild, man.
And he even made like clones on top of that, so you could like sprout more mushrooms that were like essentially.
Dude, remember his
of him.
big old fights that he would have? Gee, that's so good, man.
I think he literally demolished like a whole town and turned into nothing but mushrooms.
Yeah.
That was
Dude,
crazy.
his power, he really is the strongest one.
He is,
like it's
yeah.
like you think like, oh, mushrooms, like no, like
He can throw out spores that cause people to like bleed from their eyes out.
yeah,
That stuff was-
and like grow from the inside. I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I think someone like had a mushroom burst out of them too because of that.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
God, and so fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
Shin's really dope too.
Yeah.
Shin's great.
Yeah.
I think he has
the drip.
I think he has the drip. Yeah.
Yeah.
His drip and his backstory and his mask is like, if you had to summarize Dorohedoro in one image, you pick Shin.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. He's like he would be the most mascot along with Kaiman because
And
they
Kaiman,
stand
yeah.
out. Yeah.
Because they do stand out. His
Well,
heart
I think
mask, like-
besides Kaiman Nikaido, he has the most character development out of the series for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, I'm thinking. I do want to bring my Shin cosplay so badly.
You should,
to
man.
ALA. I'm just like, do I switch out Holy Grant? Do I?
Or you should do what I do. I'm doing like 2 cosplays a day.
I'll probably do it. We'll see. Yeah.
Oh, we'll talk after the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, for sure.
But I mean, other than that, everything. Yeah, it's just I would highly recommend this series still.
The I think the interesting thing about the magic system for Dorohedoro is there really is no limit. It's like based off of the amount of energy that you can put out, and then you get to the point where like you're literally using your own life force to produce the magic you're capable of.
And it's like, it's not like a regular shonen manga where it's like, 20 pages a chapter. It's 30, 40, and it goes really in depth. Like each chapter.
It was a monthly series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think N was really the only person who had the most evolution in terms of of a magic user. The only other person would be like Nikaido when she developed her demon form.
Her devil form.
Her devil form to like fully, show her power.
I remember when Eric was reading, he was just like, he told me, okay, I'm going to read the first couple chapters Dorohedoro. Couple, like 10 minutes later, ends my next cosplay.
Hell yeah, man.
Like, dude.
Yeah, he really needs to do it.
Yes. Can we talk about Johnson?
Okay.
Dude just comes out of nowhere.
This is my biggest worry for the anime. If they fuck up Johnson's voice, I'm walking out.
Does he have a voice? Isn't he just like...
Johnson is a giant cockroach that lives with one of the doctors. And he only has one line. And it has to sound like this. Shocking!
Oh,
Shocking!
yeah. That's what it was.
Fucking love Johnson, man.
Oh, whoops. That's a great dude.
Dude.
See, like, this is how, like, the wackiness fits so perfectly into the world. That's great. Like, that's why, like, Johnson makes sense. Joseph Ferry makes sense.
I think like halfway through the series, they just had like a baseball game for some reason.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember the baseball game.
I was just
like,
what?
That.
Why did I forgot why they had it? It was kind of just there.
I don't know if they were trying to infiltrate something. Or
No. Yeah, it was like I think they're still in Hull, but like the magic users, some magic users came to Hull and they're trying to like blend in with them, and they decided, okay, what's the best way to blend with them?
Is it like Johnson? Wow. The umpire.
Oh yeah, he was an
catches
umpire.
the
Yeah.
ball.
He was like,
He was. Yeah.
The humor in this is so great. They slide it in out of nowhere and just works well. Like my other favorite one was towards the end, where like Holkun pops out of nowhere.
Yes.
And what's his name? Chidaruma? The leader of like the devils.
I think it. I think you're right.
Yeah, he was just like, "Ooh, you're really cool. What's your name?" Doesn't say anything. I'm gonna call you Holkun.
That whole
Yeah.
Dude, at the very end, I think what was funny about it was they essentially everything.
Damn it! I lost the bet. Okay.
they kind of turned it all into an amusement. So they had like the little figures of Holkun, and then they had like
yeah.
and like a whole
'cause
attraction of that too.
Yeah, the leader of the devils is such a weird character. He's the one that gave humans magic.
Yeah.
He does whatever the fuck he wants.
And
he is so omnipotent. Like, he just doesn't really care what happens.
No.
Like, Hokun's destroying both the magic and the normal world, and he's like, I'm just chilling, man.
I think
That's like Q from Star Trek.
I think the lore behind it was like at the very beginning of time, it was Chidaruma.
Yeah.
And then like, he was the first person who started developing like devils because he started getting bored. I mean, the only reason why he does stuff is because he's bored.
Yeah.
Remember, like when they were watching everyone, they had like a whole buffet.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that was nice. And then like picnics
you know
and
what,
everything.
Grant? You are right. The people that gave Kaiman powers were devils. They were devils that got stripped of their form.
Yeah, they were all like skinless.
Yeah, because they made a bet with him.
Yeah.
And they lost, so they lose their devil powers, so they become normal people, like normal magic users again.
But I think they won the bet again though after they all
Yeah, but I don't think they got their devil forms back.
Gotcha.
No,
I don't remember. So a bit of warning though for Dorohedoro is the last stretch of this series, the last I would say like 60 chapters or so. It gets really weird the further you go in towards the end.
And it gets confusing. You don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, it does get confusing too. There's a lot happening, and you're not understanding and it all has to do with, I guess, the last antagonist, which is Holkun.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I don't know why I see this, but that little kid that used to be Kaiman or I, with the baseball cap.
I think. Was it I Coleman? No, I Coleman was the older guy. I forget what the kid's name was. It was like it was someone.
Oh, you're talking about the kid from
the grave or something.
Oh yeah.
He kind of looks like Rav.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to pull that up again.
Okay,
Rav the magic user.
Rav would love this series too.
Oh yeah. You know what? I could see we could get Kill Bill into this also.
Oh hell yeah, they love this weird shit.
But yeah, it gets weird. Even I was just like, what's going on again? Holkun, this whole thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At least they explained towards the end, like, what happened. Like, Chidaruma was telling him, like, oh, like, humans and magic users have been fighting for so long. It just used to be a pit of death. That's what it was. Yeah. It just kept on growing and growing and growing.
It's still really weird, though, what happens at the end of the series.
I think it would definitely... Dorohedoro is kind of like one of those mangas where it's kind of hard to recommend because when you're going through the story, it goes on so many different tangents. So, like, I think the part where they're introducing the Cross Eyes for the first time, it's like they start going over their backstories. And at the same time, they have another story going on at the same time as that.
Yeah, I believe it was when Nikaido was set to marry. And
then they had the guy try to pretend to be Nikaido for a little bit because Nikaido managed to get out there.
Isn't that like Nikaido's like best friend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
yeah. He was a devil.
The dude with the clown makeup, I think.
Yeah, he was a devil that got turned back into a normal person. I think Nikaido's known him for a long time.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think at the same time they were having, the backstory for Nikaido. They were...
Which, again, yeah.
Dude.
Sad.
That was sad.
Sad and weird and... a lot of stuff.
And with it was Kaiman, but like his human form with the mask.
Oh yeah, and they went back to the days when he was when Kai was at school and everything.
Yeah.
And I think they did like a little backstory about like how. Well, I was the leader of the Cross Eyes, right? Or who was it?
I think it was either him or
Aikawa.
Or Aikawa.
I think it was
Aikawa.
Aikawa.
Who is the dude where if you say his name, he curses you? That's
Aikawa.
That's
I think
Aikawa?
it's Aikawa.
Okay.
Yeah, he has curse instead of magic. Or is it curse magic or whatever?
He can take like his normal human form, and then he can take the curse. No, I think curse is like a projection of himself.
But he can wear like armor.
Yeah, he can wear like armor.
I thought that was a really cool concept.
God, he looked so fucking cool.
Just to throw out like another visual that was really cool is when the Cross Eyes took over of En's mansion, and I think there's a point where they cover the whole walls with heads of like a bunch of magic users.
Yeah,
or just the henchmen
of the henchmen. Yeah,
yeah.
That's another thing about the series. Just so many good.
Remember
visuals.
that like big blob before it was Holkun? Like attached to a mask. Yeah, that was like, I'm like, what am I looking at?
Remember they had that cook. His magic power was like cooking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was it the turkey?
Yeah, the turkey.
Yeah.
Turkey? Oh yeah.
Next cosplay.
What was the dude with the crow head?
Oh yeah. He was like the big N fanboy.
N's orbiter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was like desperately being like, "Hey, N, please let me be your partner, please."
He's like, "Man, fuck these guys."
And just like, no.
Who's this Nikaido bitch?
Yeah, exactly.
This series is great all around. Yeah. What was Shin's power again?
Shin didn't. He didn't have a power,
or his magic.
Just
I don't think he didn't have magic.
I thought he did. I thought it was disembodiment because you see the stitches on his fingers.
Yeah. No. What happened? That was all in his backstory when his arms got cut. Like the people, like they were chopping his arm into pieces.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I think that was when his family died, and then when he woke up, he had no arms on him, and I think he was talking to a doctor or something, and they stitched back all the dead parts of his arm together, but he couldn't control them because, they're dead, so he's just walking around with a hammer in his hand, hating the world. That's when Noi showed up, and they had an interaction, and then she breathed her magic on his arms to bring it back to life.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I don't believe he had a magic power. At least I've never seen him use it. I don't remember.
His magic power? Oh, he beats people to death with a hammer.
Yeah, I'll look it up real quick.
But wasn't Shin originally was like a human? Because like if you go back into the
he was human.
He was originally in Hull, and that's the whole reason why they had to bring him to the magic world, because they had to
one thing I do like about Shin as well is that he's a cleaner, because En's sort of like a mafia type person. Mm-hmm. So he's the hitman.
I'll bring it up.
Oh, okay, that's okay. Yeah, his magic power. You're right. It's slicing up anything, and then living things stay alive when they're sliced up.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. I remember near the end, there's that whole scene where they had like a bathtub full of the heads, and they're just like trying to talk to Kaiman. It's like, no, he went that way. No, he's over there.
Yeah, no, I remember now, because that's how he would interrogate.
They basically turned into slinkies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, I remember the first time I saw that, he just cut somebody up. He brought a bag with him to like the magic world, and he just drops him there, and it's like, hey, what the hell's going on? And you just like all those body parts just like flop around.
Remember when he got? I think
dude, Shin is just buggy.
No,
same energy, bro.
No,
hell yeah.
He's not a clown.
They have the same powers though. Look, like I was talking to Eric the other day. It's like, yeah, if Buggy wasn't a joke character, he would have found One Piece already.
Yeah. When's Eric going as Mr. 3, though?
I want him to be Buggy first.
Mr. 3 first. It's got to be Mr. 3. Why Mr. 3? Because he's the character you imagine him saying based all the time.
But other than that, I don't think I have much else to say about the series. Other than, the ending was nice. It kind of just ends on a light note.
Yeah. If you ever get the chance, I've only read the first 5 chapters. There's not many left. I forget the name of it, but Q started another manga.
Oh, the newest one?
What's it called? Daki Dark?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't...
Something dark, yeah.
I haven't checked it out yet.
But
sure it's Daki Dark, yeah.
It's set in space. Yeah, it's really cool.
That's cool.
And, like, this dude has this, like, armor that's like a skeleton.
Yeah.
And it's like a cloak, and it talks to him, too. And it makes him, like, invincible. He can never die if he wears it.
Sorry, it's Die Dark.
Die Dark, yeah. There was one time, so what he does to upgrade his ship, he goes through, like, black holes.
Yeah.
And he, like, there's, like, a secret world hidden on the inside. And so, like, this random dude's going in, he's like, hey, you shouldn't go that way. Like, you be spaghettified or something. Like, and he said, no, it's okay. I'm going to try and find this world. And he's like, oh, no, I should have listened to you, fog. And then he dies.
Yeah, it's still ongoing.
Yeah, it's monthly.
Yeah, there's 8 chapters out so far.
You know what spaghettification is, right?
What is that?
It's basically if you enter the event horizon of a black hole, you are pulled apart atom by atom.
Oh my!
Extremely slowly.
That's what we believe. The amount of pressure in a black hole is ridiculous.
Supposedly, like, if you go through a black hole, there's something on the other side, but
that's the theory. Yeah, it's got to lead somewhere. It's absorbing all this energy. Where's it going?
Supposedly, the end of the universe is like because of all this. Star turns into a black hole after it dies. Like,
it collapsed on its own gravity.
Yeah. But that really is Q Hayashida's sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you fuck up once, you get like torn to like bits and bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't fuck up.
Yeah. I think in Dorohedoro, there's like one scene where some guy just got turned into a pie. And then someone just started eating him.
Yeah, that was somebody's magic. They just turn people to pies. Yeah.
Remember when the gyoza fairy would stab himself to put extra flavor on the gyozas?
Oh, yeah.
With the toothpick?
I forgot about that.
oh my God.
So I think that's pretty much all we have to say about the manga.
Yeah.
Now... again, the reason we're talking about this is the anime's coming out. 2 trailers so far. We had some key visual arts, and let's talk about it. The animation studio is Mappa. Yes.
What else have they made?
So I got the list right here. They did Zankyo no Terror.
Oh yeah, that's Shinichiro Watanabe.
Yeah, helped
produce that.
Yeah, that was a good while ago. I remember
that made Cowboy Bebop.
Dorohedoro, I haven't seen, but I've seen some stuff
That one's
for
really
it,
good.
and it looks really good. They did Inuyashiki.
Ooh, Inuyashiki.
Yeah, and then other notable ones I think was Hajime no Ippo Rising. That was the 3rd season.
They got a good track record.
I think the good thing about MAPPA is when they do use CG, as you can tell from the Dorohedoro trailer, you see it in Inuyashiki. They use it very sparingly, but use it for scenes that it would make sense to. Because like in Inuyashiki, when they do the whole like the back transformation with like all the mechanical parts coming out, that's CG, of course.
Well, also with Inuyashiki, that's the Gantz guy.
Yeah.
And he likes to use a lot of CG in his art.
Yeah.
Right? Like he renders certain things and puts it in the manga and all that. So it does fit well with that.
Yeah. Like with CG, you can do things in an anime that you can't do hand-drawn.
Yeah.
And I think...
Well, it just makes it easier.
They could do it. Just it'd be way too time consuming.
Yeah, CG is your budget saver.
Basically,
for sure.
yeah. The thing is, though, it's like because of Berserk, anytime any anime has CG, everyone compares it to Berserk now.
Yeah, well, because unfortunately Berserk got dealt with pretty dirty.
Clang.
A really, really bad CG in there. It's some of the worst you've ever seen.
The stiff walking.
Yeah, but honestly, if you watch Vinland Saga, I think that has the best CG in anime so far. From the first 4 episodes I saw with the CG in there, it's just amazing.
I think they're going to be doing a great job with Dorohedoro for this. Yeah,
I was really
I think so. My only real complaint about the CG is just Kaiman, how he looks. He looks too smooth.
Yeah,
he kind of looks like a what are they called? I guess like a Roblox character,
Yeah, it's kind of like they put like a palette color on him, but they didn't really give it
if you make a Lego version of Kaiman, it's very similar, I think, to what he looks like with the CG.
Lego Kaiman.
Yeah.
Lego Dorohedoro.
Yeah.
But things of note, I like all the voice actors for it so far.
Basically, his voice actor is Okuyasu from Part 4 of JoJo.
Yes.
I was really curious about what kind of studio is going to pick up Dorohedoro, because when they do the anime adaptation, it's clearly not going to be the same style as the manga. I mean, they could, but I feel like for animation, you really do have to adapt a style that works with animation. And the Akira art style, I guess the modern Akira art style, really does fit Dorohedoro.
After watching the second trailer, I'm still bummed out they're not going with the muted colors that the manga does.
I remember you brought that up.
But the environments do look like they truly fit with Dorohedoro. So
I think what they're going to do is they're going to contrast it with the characters look very bright in terms of color, but everything else around them is going to be very dark and gritty.
That's one of my things too, is that some of these shots, they just look a little too bright. For the backgrounds, and them being that bright with the CG makes it stand out a whole lot more, I think.
I wonder what they're going to do with that scene, because I remember reading it in the manga. It was kind of colored in, where they find was it Ebisu, the girl with the
skull?
Yeah, where Kaiman finds her, and he's just like, "May I crush your skull in?" Remember when the whole background was red? I want to see how they're going to do that.
Well, we saw in the second trailer, we did see Ebisu meet Kaiman and Nikaido.
Yeah,
so we'll see. I mean, some of the CG models look great. Like Shen looks great. I don't know, just some of them. I think it's probably like the frame rate for some of the models, just kind of looks weird when they move around.
Yeah. But I mean, from the poster too, it looks like they had some scenes where Kaiman was 2D. So probably during
Well, yeah, that's my thing, is how much 3D is going to be Kaiman. It's probably going to be a lot, I guess, just mainly because of his design is so complicated. To draw.
What I'm assuming is they might do 2D for a fast-paced action scene, because when it's fast-paced, it's easier for 2D animation to get done that way.
Well, see, I don't know, because I'm rewatching the trailer. There's a lot of just slow moments, walking moments using CG. I saw some clips for Goblin Slayer. Right, and in there are moments of just he's either standing there talking to somebody or he's slowly walking, and it's CG, and I'm like, why are you using CG? It's just one of those. I mean, it's a different studio, but still, I think it's just one of those shortcuts. Like, well, we don't have to hand animate it if he's just standing there.
But I feel like I can trust with Map on this, because they faithfully really give credit to the series originally by just only using the CG sparingly. so they don't like overdo it too much. But
that's
I mean,
what,
with
what we
Kaiman's,
noticed in the trailer. They
Yeah.
didn't use it too much.
yeah. I mean, like you see Kaiman and like almost everyone else around him is like they're 2D.
Nikaido looks beautiful.
She looks so good, dude.
Miguel's gonna be so happy.
It's just every time I see her, it throws me off because she doesn't look like that at the end of the manga. You know, and I'm not. It's been a while since I read the early chapters, so I'm sure you'll just get used to it. Yeah.
Just to throw a guess out there, if I had to like put like an estimate where like the anime is gonna cover, probably like a little bit into like them getting into Whole for first time.
Oh,
and then
I
they'll cut off
don't know
there.
about that.
I feel like
For
it's not
season
gonna be-
1?
Yeah, for season 1, because I don't think it's gonna be that long.
Do you think they're gonna meet the Doctor in season 1 or
For
no?
sure.
Oh, of
For
course.
sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna get introduced to all our main characters. I think it depends how many episodes we are. Is it gonna be like 12, 13, like a lot, like 26 or whatever?
Yeah.
One thing I like about the manga, I thought this was really cool. How the Doctor's wife is just a devil that like likes to sing.
And that's when shit got really interesting.
Yeah.
And especially it's like, oh wait, what are you talking about now? Like that was cool stuff.
And he's the one that owns Johnson.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
He
yeah.
created Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think like they fought Johnson and he just took him and like just made him say
Or something
something.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I can't believe Johnson was a goddamn umpire in a baseball game.
Dude, that's cute how I shit it for you.
So
man.
I would guess where the anime ends. Oh.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean like Whole, but like when they get into the magic world. So they're gonna open the door and then they're gonna try and like
Probably 12 chapters in, 24 maybe.
Episodes? Yeah.
Because each chapter is pretty. I mean, each chapter is like 30, 40, 50 pages. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how the pace they want to go, what they're going to cut out.
See, when we saw the trailer, because it said like the 12th, and then what was the other date?
The 13th.
No, it was the 12th.
Oh no, the 14th.
The 14th.
12th
yeah.
and the 14th. The premiere is the 12th, and then it's going to air on a different network
on the 14th.
on the 14th. Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing I noticed is in some of the promo art, you see Nikaido with her devil mask, and you don't see that until like way later though. So
Are those pins? Dorohedoro pins, like on the left and right?
No, I think it's just all art. I think it's just there for art, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do merchandise like that later.
I remember. What was it? Like, was it last year during last ALA? They said, "Oh yeah, we're making a Dorohedoro anime," and we heard nothing until like the end of the year last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was silent for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I do see it right here.
They did a good job with that, though.
Yeah, they did.
Kept it under wraps. Yeah.
Damn, are they really gonna go all the way up there? Because honestly,
It's gonna be
there's
really
plenty
far.
of content.
Yeah.
Which chapter? To Whole?
To the point
No,
where
before
you see
this is before Whole shows up when Nikaido's starting her devil training.
that's way
Her
far.
unintentional
That's
devil
But
training.
really
they
far.
have art for that though, so it's just like, would they go that far? I mean, they could have.
Well, if they're showing that, if
Yeah.
they're showing a visual,
I would assume
they have
so.
they have to show like the character designs.
My
right?
theory is that maybe the reason why they didn't say anything was to get so many to make so many episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this was another thing I was worried about the studio that was going to pick up Dorohedoro was how much are they going to cover from manga? Are they going to skip out on like certain chapters? Because I've seen like a lot of studios do that for manga. They skip out like huge chunks of the manga just like they can cover the whole series.
I'm okay with it as long as the pacing's fine and the narrative is structured just as well. Example is Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
They took some stuff out. They rearranged a bunch of shit, and they made like the whole coup d'etat arc a lot more interesting from what I hear in the anime compared to the manga, which was very boring and long. So as long as it fits fine, I think we're gonna be okay.
Yeah, there's tasteful ways for them to do it.
But again, there's still so much you can cover before Nikaido starts doing her devil training on accident or unintentionally.
I think if when they do the anime, things that they might skip out on would be like a lot of backstory for characters. So they might skip out like the whole school scene with
I don't think so.
I don't think that's filler because it's important.
Not filler,
well,
but yeah, it is a crucial part into the story of Holkun.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
we'll see.
That's. I would guess that's.
It
Season
may be a
2.
flashback, but it's important to the story.
But for sure, they're going to do at least 2 seasons. At least 2 seasons, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a big hitter.
I want to say 4 seasons.
Dude, I wish. I really do hope they do 4 seasons.
I I could see 3.
Yeah. I actually want this to get popular to the point where it gets dubbed in English. I want to see it dubbed. Yeah.
Well,
so I can
an anime doesn't have to be really popular to get dubbed these days.
True, yeah.
Like I was very surprised Hajime no Ippo has a dub when the last season came out in 2012, I think.
Oh wow!
And I was like, people read that out here? Like the manga's not even out here in English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like in Tama. Well, I mean, it's out here in English, but it's not as popular. People.
Yeah, that got dubbed for a bit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. One Piece's shitty English dub still gets stuff.
I think they also mentioned, like, I mean, sorry to backtrack. I mean, go on a different subject, but with Gintama, they're like, we're going to make a dub of season 1. I'm like, oof, good luck with that. Like, that's 2006 we're talking about.
That is pretty old.
And my thing with Gintama is how are you going to tackle the references?
Yeah.
That's the big problem with dubbing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so... I'm still really hyped for the anime.
Yeah, I think it's definitely in good hands because
they got a good track record. Yeah.
From what I watched with Dorohedoro and from what I've heard from the manga community when they read it is they do skip out a couple things, but from what I've seen from the anime, it doesn't hinder its story at all. Honestly.
Yeah.
So
it's like you cut enough, but not enough to like make plot holes or anything.
Exactly.
It's just little tiny things.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what'd be really cool? They do the Gyoza Fairy side chapters as OVAs.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, they'll probably do that. I would guess they would cut out the side story with the cart owner that looks like Wolverine.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
They could make that into an OVA.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Just because why not? Yeah. I could see that happening.
Wolverine owns a pie cart.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing that's interesting about this world is there are 2 separate worlds. There's the normal world and the magic world.
Yeah.
And magic users are the only ones that can travel back and forth because you need magic to open the doors. But magic users do have one weakness that's in the normal world, and that is rain.
Oh, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
Rain.
Why rain?
Rain can't. Rain just stops them from moving.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that was a big threat with Hole. Is that I guess it had rainwater or whatever, and that would stop magic users.
Yeah.
Because I remember that side arc with the cart owner, they had to go get something or else...
Oh, yeah, because it was raining, yeah.
It was raining and somebody was going to die, but luckily they had a non-magic user using a magic item.
And the dude found the door to like...
Yeah, to the magic world. And then... Yeah,
what did he throw in there?
She flew in, and it was like everything's just fucked from Holkun. Yeah. I remember. That's a big thing. Yeah, it is a big thing because eventually it starts rain. Holkun brings rain into the magic world, and that fucks a lot of people up.
Yeah. I think that's another sign of like a good manga that covers like, sure, like these characters they look stupidly strong because like if you went to like some guy and they can dismember people because they could just, snap their fingers.
Well, remember the one time I think Shin met this like magic user that was annoying, so he put his whole arm through his chest.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's just his raw strength, honestly.
Shin was just like vibe check. He grabbed his heart.
You think you're safe?
Yeah, you think you're safe.
Oh,
but it's like even though they're like super overpowered, they have weaknesses. So that's what makes it good,
dude. This is the second thing I've looked into that has rain. Freaking Death Stranding, big thing is rain too. I'm like, what's going on in Japan, man?
Symbolism, man.
I bet you Kojima read this shit.
Probably.
Yeah. I love how like when Kojima really likes something, he's like, "Oh, I saw this today. It was a really great movie. It was really good. Really this. Saw Fast and Furious. That's it." And he doesn't like it.
Man, his Instagram's interesting.
Yeah.
He posts so many random things.
You should follow his Japanese Twitter.
And
his English one too.
He has 2 separate ones?
Yeah. He has one that's all in Japanese and one in English.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I think that about wraps us up
for Dorohedoro. Yeah. This is.
I'm very interested to see what the opening's going to look like.
The music is great.
Yeah, I love the music so far. Yeah, it definitely fits the world.
Wild and wacky.
It's like the kind of grungy punk, like a kind of tribal music you'd hear. It's really nice.
Not like Mad Max.
No.
Yeah.
That's why I was like really close to saying like it's not quite post-apocalyptic, but it has those themes in there.
The themes and elements in the Mad Max series definitely fit in here.
Yeah.
It sounds crusty.
It sounds crusty. A gritty crusty. Dude, it's like that pizza that's been in the oven for like a little bit too long, but you still eat it anyway.
Hell yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Doinked.
But I guess throughout the genres, action, fantasy,
you get a mix of everything.
Horror, comedy, suspense.
It's a seinen series for sure.
Psychological, because there's a lot of psychological elements.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, that's about it. Favorite characters for me personally, Shin, Haru, because she's like the coolest devil, honestly.
Which one is Haru again?
She's the one who's
the doctor's wife. Right?
Doctor's
wife.
Yeah. The one with the horns and like the goat. The legs.
Yeah. She had that one line about do devils laugh or cry or something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mine has to be, of course, Shin.
Chimadura,
the dude with the curses.
Chimadura.
Yeah. I'm gonna call you Holcoon. Why'd you do this? I don't know.
He just pulls up stuff from like his.
Doesn't he like shrimp?
I think he does.
Yeah.
I think he pulls out a shrimp at one point. Just like
he just like eats it, just like.
So you know what I would love if certain animes do this, where they have like super like 1 to 2 minute shorts at the end of an episode. Just have it with him, just doing weird shit throughout the episodes,
dude.
Or even have him be like the narrator. And because it's like next week's episode is just him talking shit or whatever. Yeah. That would be pretty funny.
I see his voice actor having like a high raspy voice. I'm talking like alto, high-ish.
Yeah, we haven't seen him yet in the.
Yes, like this or something.
Oh, Jesus.
I feel like he could do Shinpachi's voice actor. No, not quite. No, not that. But something. Kagura. But then he'd just kind of be like, eh. Or you know what? Maybe I feel like Gintoki could actually fit his voice actor for Chiruruma.
Joseph. Another
Sakata.
JoJo character.
Oh yeah,
in the series.
That could fit him too.
Oh my god, these fucking voice actors.
Because he's kind of got that laid back personality about him, but he's also like a jokey guy.
No,
Jesus.
I don't. The voice actor for I forget what's his name. His stand was Harvest in Part 4.
Harvest.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
His voice actor, something like that, with the bees.
With the bees.
Harvest, those little bee things.
I don't quite remember that one.
Barack Obama?
No.
Hey man, time to get the worldwide audience in there.
Hi, welcome to Applebee's. Hi,
oh
how can I help
shit,
you?
I forgot.
Hi, can I get some apples? Sorry, we don't have apples. Shit. Can I get the bees?
Yeah, I'm going through some stuff trying to find the thumbnail for this episode, and I saw some stuff with Nikaido. I'm like, that's right. I forgot that happened to her. Yeah, that's why she does the devil training and shit.
Oh, because that big ass box.
No, not the box. Like she gets really fucked up in a fight. Remember, she loses a leg.
Oh,
and all that.
That's a throwback.
That's when she's living at the End Mansion for a while. Yeah. Excuse me.
I forget there's like a lot of requirements for them to go through devil transformation.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it wasn't even her intention to do it. It just happened because that's what she was doing.
It's like you have humans at the bottom, the bottle. Yeah, that's
the bottle.
In the bottom, you have magic users in the middle, and then like god tiers like devil users.
Yeah.
And then you have Chimadura, just like
it's like literally the god,
the god of like the devils. Yeah. It's like, why are you doing this? I'm just bored. I don't know. Yeah.
I think at one point there's like I was reading someone else's review, and they're saying there's the Fokoma. I can't quite remember it. They were going over like all the characters' favorite TV shows.
Oh,
I can't remember that though.
Yeah,
I think it was probably some point in the manga.
I might have to switch out my Holy Grant cosplay. Or what do you think?
We'll talk about it right now.
I forgot.
Yeah. So that'll about wrap us up today, guys. Definitely read a bit before it comes out.
Yeah.
This weekend.
Yeah. At least like the first book.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that we have the manga out here. Like all the volumes are finally out now, so that's really cool. Yeah.
That's
and I'm definitely looking forward to see the impact this is going to have.
Yep.
Because last year, like Dr. Stone and Vinland Saga really blew up.
Yeah, it was. They were like fairly obscure things, but people.
That's
on
my list, Dr. Stone.
It's really good. It's the mangaka. It's the author of Aisho 21, and the artist is Boichi, who drew Sun Can Rock.
Really,
one of my favorite mangas, dude. Holy shit, man, that's such a good series. I'm really digging it. Yeah, I'm glad Shonen Jump decided to stick with this one.
When you tell me like Sun Can Rock, I always think it's like Korean just because of like Sun Can Rock.
Yeah,
it's because it's set in Korea.
Yeah. Oh, okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, And that's the name of their mafia group in Korea. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So thanks for listening, guys. Again, yes, we are going to Anime Los Angeles this weekend.
Yes.
We'll be walking around and booling and shit. Be sure to peep the social media.
Oh, we're gonna be booling, all right.
Be sure to peep the social media. If you see us, swing by, say hi, love to talk. Links and descriptions for social media. Unversedpodcast@gmail.com for any questions, comments. What are you guys going to think of Dorohedoro once you watch it? We'd love to hear your thoughts. We'll probably be talking about this for here and there when the anime drops.
Oh,
so,
yeah, we're going to do a review for it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen.
Yes. I can't wait to see Okuyasu
the
again.
The future is looking good.
Imagine just Kaiman just be like, oh, Josuke! Josuke! I mean, Nikaido!
There's an enemy magic user here.
Yeah. No, the voice actor for the Gyoza is actually Josuke.
Oh my god, dude. They could do that. But yeah, looking promising.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to wrap us up, guys. Thanks for listening as always, and we'll catch you on the next episode.